Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit insists that constituency representation should be a priority for all, and Minister guarantees that Jack's Walk will maintain natural feel. Thank you for joining us on National Focus. I'm Prisca Julien.
And I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
When you think about it, food is life. That's why people come to Dominica. They don't only come for the waterfall or the scenery or the views, but it's the flavor. Sometimes it is just what they can taste. The flavors that we have here, you can't find anywhere in the world. They are truly unique. I've been in business 17 years, and I see so many guests come and go. My business is to put a smile on their face and something good in their belly. Everything we serve here is local. It comes from all over Dominica. So we get fresh lettuce, or vegetable, or fish from Saint-Sauveur, all our product from the farm. Sometimes go on the farm and help them pick. The uniqueness of the experience is in how authentic it is. I heard the taxi driver promoting my plantain chips. I said, that's the best plantain chips I ever have. I don't have to go and put on TV. Money is not everything, but leaving customer with a smile, friendly service, and they will come back. This is the real Dominica. I'm just proud to be a part of it. My name is Maurice Smith. They call me Rudy. Tourism is my business.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for the Vacas constituency, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, says all members of Parliament should prioritize the representation of their constituents. Honorable Skerrit says even as Prime Minister, his constituents are his primary responsibility.
I suspect I may be the one with the busiest schedule, but I have never forgotten my primary responsibility. That is to be the Member of Parliament for the Vacas constituency and to represent their interests. Notwithstanding the fact that I am the Prime Minister, and notwithstanding the fact that I am the Minister of Finance who has to authorize the funds, there are many times I write to my colleague ministers about matters affecting my constituency. Notwithstanding the fact that I may be the busiest Member of Parliament here, I make time for the constituents. And that is what the opposition is failing to do for the people. I believe that if the constituents in those constituencies had representation, much more could be done for these people.
He noted the work that government has done for constituencies held by the opposition, evidence that government has included all when needs are identified.
I have so far, Madam Speaker, approved some 40 washrooms for the Salisbury constituency, Madam Speaker. 40 washrooms. The Marigot Village Council has $300,000 for washrooms. $300,000 for washrooms. People need the help because there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people living in Marigot, Madam Speaker, who need washrooms. And Marigot and all of Dominica is part of the program to eradicate pit latrines in our country.
The nation's leader says if all parliamentary representatives are in communication with their constituents to find out their needs, then the needs of the entire island would be more easily met.
The much-anticipated fringe events leading up to Jazz and Creole 2017 kicked off this Sunday, May 28th. During a press conference last week, Quality Assurance Officer for the Discover Dominica Authority, Orderly John Baptist, revealed that the first event was the Lazy Sunday Jazz held at the Evergreen Hotel.
This year's Jazz and Creole fringe events will feature regional acts such as Rob Zai Taylor of St. Lucia, Claudette XP Peters of Antigua, and the NJ40 Band of Barbados. We also have local bands such as the Eighth Note Jazz Band, C Squared, and also the Aftermath Band. Events will be held at the Evergreen Hotel Urban Garden Cafe, Anchorage Hotel, the Fort Young Hotel, the Champs, Riverstone Bar and Grill, and the Atlantic View. The fringe events will span from Sunday, May 28th to Saturday, June 2nd as follows. As follows.
John Baptiste gave details as it relates to the other fringe events.
On Wednesday, May 31st, we have the first ever French Quarter Street Festival at the Urban Garden Cafe. Thursday, June 1st, Word, Song and Power at the Anchorage Hotel. Friday, June 2nd, Jazz and Sass at the Fort Young Hotel, and also jazzy cocktails at the Champs. And on Saturday, June 3rd, we have the Soca and Jazz on the Rooftop at Atlantic View, and also River Jazz and Creole at the Riverstone Bar and Grill. Main stage event tickets will be available at a special price of $60 at all the fringe events, and patrons are encouraged to attend and to support all of the fringe events, and also to take advantage of the ticket specials.
John Baptiste also provided an update on the annual masterclass held with international musicians.
This year again, we will also have the staging of the masterclass, and it will be undertaken by Cameron Pierre, who we know is an outstanding international guitarist. And the session will be held on Saturday, June 3rd at the Alliance Française from 10 a.m. We encourage all music students, musicians, and bands to register. Registration is free, and it is now open at the DFC's office.
In more news, the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, has vowed that he will not be deterred from helping those who are in need. The nation's leader made this statement during his closing remarks at Parliament on Friday. Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit says, speaking with reference to the opposition's statements that monies were overspent on the supplementary estimates. He stated that the Constitution was not drafted to hold the state in a straitjacket.
Yes, we could have put $10 million for public support. And in the case we put 1.5. But if somebody comes to the government with an urgent medical condition, should we say to the person to wait for the new budget? You visit a home where an 83-year-old lady is living, or a family of children and the homes are leaking, and the funds which Parliament has already budgeted for have been consumed. So I say to them in the month of January to wait till August.
Honorable Dr. Skerrit gave examples of other situations which would require immediate action be taken before the budget presentation.
You go to a community, before the budget, the road was fine, rain came, it washed it away. Should we tell the farmers of Salisbury, Gaumont, that wait for the new budget and don't send the $400,000 to them? The pipes in Lower Salisbury needed to be replaced by Duasco, and we had to reinstate the roads because the roads in Lower Salisbury was bad. Should we tell the people of Lower Salisbury that we should wait for the new budget?
The Honorable Minister for Finance announced that he approved millions of dollars to facilitate students pursuing tertiary education.
I just approved, Madam Speaker, as the Minister of Finance on a request from the Minister of Education, $7.2 million to pay for students studying overseas. $7.2 million, Madam Speaker. And that will come as a supplementary appropriation in the next time. Should we say to the students studying in the United States and UE and elsewhere,
your time is up,
Madam Speaker, that we should not pay for them because the budget is coming to an end?
The nation's leader made his statements prior to the approval of the supplementary estimates of 2016-2017. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I believe in the natural order of things. I believe in the harmony of things. You know, in everything we do, we have to keep it natural. I've been doing farming for now over a decade. My day is very hectic, but I make it light. You know, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy producing the best quality goods and to make sure that the people that receive it, they receive the best that they can ever get. Right from the farm, everything that I grow, I process them back into the farm. so that the same things that grow in the farm is what protects the farm. Tourism is my business. You know, it's not just dealing with the foreigners that come in, but it's preparing those things that when they come, they can feel and taste the difference in coming to this exotic island. And it starts with the farmer, because we provide the things that they eat, that they taste, that they drink. I believe in my heart that it's my responsibility to provide quality. My name is Tony Alves, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. Stakeholders from various sectors, including the Forest and Wildlife Division, Office of Disaster Management, and the Environmental Coordinating Unit, convened at the Fort Young Hotel today, May 29th, for the 3rd Annual Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project Pilot Program for Climate Resilience Validation Consultation. GIS's Kerdisha St. Louis spoke with DVRP Coordinator Colin Gist.
The Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project was first launched in Dominica in 2014 with the aim of allowing various sectors to be more resilient towards climate change. Today, the DVRP hosted its 3rd annual pilot program for climate change resilience validation consultation, and right now we are speaking to coordinator of the DVRP, Mr. Colin Gist. Mr. Gist, can you maybe tell us or summarize what went on in the consultation today?
Well, thank you very much for having me. But first of all, what we did today, we invited the various critical stakeholders, various partners, line ministry, to give them a synopsis of where we are, because in regards to what has been done throughout the 3 years, where we are. So what we're talking about is a validation process. Yes, and this is what has been presented. Scorecards are going to be presented on where the various departments, the various ministries are in implementing climate change resilience adaptation measures. So then it's like a scorecard going forward, so that that will assist the various departments in the type of in the work that they're doing and the way forward.
Okay, so what were some of the key points, the key major points you would have to see coming out of the consultation?
Well, some of the key major points are, well, first of all, identifying the various sectors' vulnerability. The adaptation measures to be incorporated, how climate change has been impacted in the day-to-day activity. Those are some of the indicators, and obviously, what has to be done, the level of impact on the percentage, on what percentage of the population. So these are some of the key points that we are looking at in this validation.
And I also know that feedback was a major part of the entire consultation. So what was the feedback like, especially from your stakeholders?
Well, seeing that this scorecard, it's somewhat new to them, somewhat technical. The scorecard could, I think that seeing that this is the 3rd annual validation, it was much easier for the various departments to understand what the scorecard entails, what is required, as compared to year 1, year 2. And so the response was much more precise in nature as compared to the past 2 preceding years.
Okay, so what does the DVRP have planned moving forward?
Well, obviously, as some of the presentation indicated, that there are many various projects that we are undertaking. Like, for instance, we are doing some aspect of the East Coast Road, Eastern Island Road, which is 42 kilometers of the road. So we are now in the process of finalizing the technical specifications, for a consultant to undertake the design of this major stretch of road. In the interim, we are also undertaking the immediate interventions, and presently along the West Coast, we are now undertaking the construction of 8 water tanks, and there are different stages of completion, which is significant. I think 30% of the tanks are already completed. Some water storage, well, the distribution line for some of the areas has been incorporated also into the whole activity that has been undertaken. Tide gauges, last week we completed the installation of 2 tide gauges, which is very critical for early warning systems in Dominica. and one is in at the cruise ship berth in Portsmouth, and the other is at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. Well, in regards to optimization of our hydromet system, which is very critical, we received a detailed specification from a consultant for the installation of 5 automated weather stations, 22 stream gauges, and 16 rain gauges. These are very critical for Dominica, and all these pieces of equipment will be retrofitted with early warning system or near to early warning system, because as we know that Dominica has been impacted not only by a system coming across the Atlantic, but we have been impacted heavily, most critically, by our localized climate. And if all this instrument can be incorporated, and we can get the proper real-time or near to real-time information, this would better help inform the vulnerable communities on the measures that needs to be taken in terms of this impending disasters.
Okay. In all these projects that you listed, were there any challenges that you all encountered, and how were they overcome?
Well, so obviously, it's a new project. There is obviously there are significant challenges that we encountered. Obviously, we are dealing with stakeholders, the various stakeholders, and at the end of the day, the timely response, the timely availability of documentation, sometimes this can be a delay. Also, we are dealing with bidding documents, which are very large, very cumbersome. In some aspects, there are some bidding documents that are over 300 pages. So all these, every single page has to be reviewed, and the technical specification, financial specification, and all the detailed information has to be incorporated and precise, because we are using the World Bank procurement guidelines, and everything has to be reviewed by the World Bank before approval has to be given going forward. Okay. So these are significant challenges, and it's new to all of us.
Right. So in terms of what your message would be to the general public?
These equipments are very expensive, and people should respect these pieces of equipment, because you don't know what it is for. Matter of fact, what we would like is for communities to take ownership of these pieces of equipment and where they are installed. And if there is, if they see that there is the possibility of vandalism, we'll give them our numbers so that they could call us and inform us, so that we could take on the necessary measures. But as I usually say, when the rain falls, it falls on all of us roof, not on only one roof. And if you vandalize the pieces of equipment, at the end of the day, it's not only one person that's going to be impacted, but all of us are going to be impacted, because we won't be able to transmit that critical bit of information to the Med Office, so that the Med Office can give the information to disaster ODM, so that we could get the appropriate alert in a critical time.
Do you have any final words, Mr. Gist?
Yes, as I have said already, this project is new, and I would ask all parties to have a little patience. We have started from, it's a new foundation, a new basis. I know that people are eager to see everything being done as quickly as possible, but there is a process. There's a process that has to be adhered to, even from the government standpoint and to the World Bank also. And we are requesting people's patience and cooperation as we go along in this process.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gist.
You're welcome.
Right. For GIS News, Kerdisha Century.
Thank you, Kerdisha. And finally, this news time, the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Senator Robert Tong, is reassuring citizens with concerns that the natural look and eco-experience of Jack's Walk will not be compromised by the ongoing work. The Ministry of Tourism and Urban Renewal, in collaboration with the Forestry Division this month, embarked on the upgrading of Jack's Walks in the Botanic Gardens. Jack's Walk, popular with eco-tourists who wish to hike their way to attaining a bird's-eye view of Roseau and the surrounding coastline, is also popular with locals who enjoy the walk both as a form of leisure and exercise. However, some locals have expressed concern over the work being done to improve Jack's Walk. Those concerns have been met with the assurance of the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Urban Renewal, Senator Robert Tongue, that Jack's Walk will remain a natural site, only better and safer.
Well, a few people have complained that they see too much concrete, but the concrete areas are the areas where you have the steps, and you must do it properly because many people are falling in those areas.
The upgrade of Jack's Walk, a project costing over $60,000, is part of government's intention to enhance the capital city of Roseau. Minister Tong went on to clarify that when complete, the work would enhance the experience of Jack's Walk, similar to what has been done with other natural sites.
It will look basically exactly like what you see at the Emerald Pool, where you have two trails and then you have nice gravel in the center. So if persons want to run, they can run on it. But the areas that are normally dangerous, there are steps to ensure that it is safe and secure and that we don't have any accidents happening there.
The minister shared the vision of the Ministry of Tourism as it relates to the tourist hiking along the trail.
And what we want to do is to create an economic activity whereby when the visitors come to the thing, we can have to the trail, we can actually have them walk from the top with tour guides and walk down and have a lovely experience. So
the Honourable Minister asks that members of the public be patient till completion of the project. And that's the English segment of the news. Shakira Pierre is next with Creole highlights.
When you think about it, food is life. That's why people come to Dominica. They don't only come for the waterfall or the scenery or the views, but it's the flavor. Sometimes it is just what they can taste. The flavors that we have here, you can't find anywhere in the world. They are truly unique. I've been in business 17 years and I see so many guests come and go. My business is to put a smile on their face and something good in their belly. Everything we serve here is local. It comes from all over Dominica. So we get fresh lettuce or vegetable or fish from Saint-Sauveur, all our product from the farm. Sometimes go on the farm and have them pick. The uniqueness of the experience is in how authentic it is. I heard the taxi driver promoting my plantain chips. I said, that's the best plantain chips I ever have. I don't have to go and put it on TV. Money is not everything, but leaving customer with a smile, friendly service, and they will come back. This is the real Dominica. I'm just proud to be a part of it. My name is Maurice Smith. They call me Rudy. Tourism is my business.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel accueil. Moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Premier ministre Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit di PS moun peke fè ya wete pou wede moun ki bouzwe. Honorable Skerrit fè parole sa la pada parlementaire ka fermé vendredi semaine passée. Mam opposition teni problème epi l'argent yo di ki dépassé plus ki l'argent ki te alloqué pour l'année financière 2016 pour l'année 2017. Honorable Skerrit di epe fois gouvernement ka alloqué l'argent pour yon projet, par exemple, yon chimè, epi après chimè sa la ka démagé. Premier ministre la di, gouvernement ni pou fè l'argent available pour projet la. Premier ministre Skerrit di, gouvernement aussi fè l'argent available ba autant étudiants qui ka ale université. À d'autres nouvelles, Ministre Tourism et Division Forestry ka collaboré pour commencer travail à ce Jack's Walk à Jardin Botanique. Jack's Walk c'est une place à touristes ka ale pour voir Roseau et puis la moun Dominique ka marcher et puis exercice. Mais quand travail la ka fait, Dominique parle contre ces problèmes là yo ka expériencer, là yo ka marcher à Jack's Walk. Ministre Tourism Honorable Senator Robert Tongue a siwe moun ki ka visiter Jack's Walk que ouest c'est une place qui naturelle et puis en ordre. Gouvernement a dépassé $60,000 pour travailler là qui ka prend place en Jack's Walk. Honorable Robert Tongue vle moun ni patience que travail la ka fait et puis pour travail la fini. Et puis finalement, vendredi, un contrat à valeur $7,025 te signé et puis Minisky et puis contracteur Holford Vidal pour développement infrastructural en plate mappé à Colio. Yon 1676 pieds chimè qui bâti pour faire accès en plate mappé primaire. Après cyclone Erika, plate mappé a été identifié pour reloquer résidents Colio qui perdent caillou pendant cyclone Erika. Agency Adventist ADRA collaborate epi gouvernement pour faire sky. Toi Petrocasa c'était aussi bâti. C'est ça là ensemble ça pour 9 familles. Gouvernement aussi qu'a fait 21 morceaux de terre available plate mappier pour gouverner village là. Membre parlement pour constituency Colio Honorable Lady Catherine Daniel dit plaisir pour développement qui a pour place à constituency là. Honorable Daniel a encouragé contracteur là pour travailler et puis pour employer jeunes hommes hot constituency là pour travailler. Ministre Kai Honorable Reginald Ostridi 67 Kai te affecté après Erika. Kata Diubla, Yona Bioche, 18 Colio et puis 44 en Coulibi Street. Ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle à Créole. Non, moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Au revoir.
That's news. Your tip on preparing for emergency evacuations is next. If there comes a time when you must abandon your house, an emergency probably won't give you enough time to gather essentials. Getting all your ducks in a row before disaster strikes is the best course of action. Preparing an evacuation bag is one of the ways to be prepared.
Here are some things you should ensure are packed in your evacuation bag. Copies of all important documents, including proof of insurance, medical records, laminated lists of contact numbers, passports, and forms of identification. Also include at least a day's supply of bottled water, dry foods, a first aid kit, battery-operated radio, flashlights, and extra batteries. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica.
You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Prisca Julien.
And I'm Kerdisha. Thanks for watching.